welcome to another edition of Newspaper Review. Today, we'll be taking you through all the headlines and the readers of the front pages of all the newspapers across the country today. Today, we'll be starting by we'll look at six newspapers today. I have here with me The Guardian, then Vanguard, These Days, then The Punch, then Daily Independence, as well Daily Trust. But today we'll be starting with The Guardian. Firstly, The Guardian: 36 dams moribund over power maintenance, obsolete equipment. Then others ahead of CNG vehicles rollout on Vanguard. That's the headlines on Vanguard. Then these days we have the headline: federal government approves implementation of zero duty VAT exemption on selected food items. Then the headlines on The Punch: we have food crisis, military deploys troop in northwest, north central farms. Also, we have the headlines on the Daily Independent. We have Rep Speaker withdraw bills to criminalize free speech and others. Then on Daily Trust, the headline shows senators monthly pay each 2 billion naira. Then we'll be looking at it vividly in on the each pages of the newspaper. We'll be starting by looking at the Guardian. The Guardian: 36 dams moribund over poor maintenance, obsolete equipment. Then it comes with the following readers. WHO, that is the World Health Organization, declares Mpox outbreak a global health emergency. Then we have 18 died in 3 road crashes along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. This can be found on the page 8 of The Guardian. We can no longer afford further hikes in interest rates, manufacturers warn. This can be found on the page 6 of The Guardian. Then we have government begins implementation of zero duty on selected food items. Then details of this can be found on page 9 of The Guardian. Then Yusuf visit vandalized Kano High Court. Says sensitive documents on Gaduye's were stolen. This is coming from the governor of Kano State, Yusuf. Then the details of this can be found on page 30 of The Guardian. Then party disowns Ebiseni as LP global candidate in Ondo. The details of this can be found on page 7 of The Guardian. Then pressure mounts on Tinubu to sack oil sector chiefs. Then details of this can be found on the page 5 of The Guardian. Protest: we are sitting on a time bomb, Sule tell northern governors. That is Sule Lamido. He said that is the governors of the northerns. This was said in the forum of the northern governors, that the northern governors are sitting on a time bomb. I don't know what he mean by that, but that was the comment he made while the meeting of the northern governors forums is going on. Then we have another one on the guidelines on The Guardian, which will be the last one we'll be looking at the Guardian paper today. That is, party disown Ebiseni as that's Labour Party governor candidate in Ondo State. Now we move to Vanguard. Vanguard: anger's great. We have others ahead of CNG vehicles rollout. That is different comment has been rolling out concerning the CNG vehicles that was rolled out by the federal government to some states, I think Abuja and Lagos, as the report was found yesterday, that the day before yesterday, that the total amount of 60 vehicles, that is CNG vehicles, hybrid vehicles, have been disbursed to what? To that is the state capital of Abuja and Lagos State yesterday. Then it comes with the following readers. We have massive awareness training lacking, that is local mechanics, technicians at sea with technology. Users still unsure of safety, that is they're talking about the safety of the CNG vehicles. Then we have another readers which is federal government zero duty grains import terminates December 30. That is, this is coming from the customs office, that is custom agency. And then the details of this can be found on page 19 of the Vanguard. Then anger great rep speaker with withdrawn counter subversion bill. Details of this can be found on page 8 of the Vanguard. Then outrage as Senator Sumaila says he earned 21 million monthly. That is the Senate mom. I think this is going against what some Senate members have been defending. That is, they have been debunking it that the senators, they used to go home with the sum of 30 million monthly. But they debunked the news yesterday that even some of the senators, their total pay is 1 million naira or 1 million plus. That is not up to what? Is not up to 12 million as claimed by some members of the society. But I think it surfaces this morning again that a senator, that is Senator Sumaila, it says outrage as Senator Sumaila says he earns 21 million monthly. Can you see the new their words are now contradicting to one another? Then we have another. The details of this can be found on page 8 as well on the Vanguard newspaper. Then we have taken action against Simon Ekpa's sensationist activist Finnish government. That is the government of the Finland. I don't understand that. That is the details of this as well can be found on page 11. Then we still have another reader here, and then this one has to do with sports. 2024 Olympics. Frustrated cyclist who borrowed bike in Paris plans to dump Nigeria. That is, he has planned to dump Nigeria and switch to another national. That is the nationality. He wants to change his nationality. We don't know why. Maybe it's because the encouragement is not enough for him. That's why he plans to switch nationality now, this time around. That is, his effort was not appreciated by the federal government of Nigeria. Maybe I think that's why he's thinking of switching nationality. And then the details of this can be found on page 36 of the Vanguard as well. Then we move to another paper, which is These Days newspaper. Then the headline here says, attempt to disrupt peaceful conduct. Federal government approves implementation of zero duty VAT exemption on selected food items. That's the headlines on the These Days newspaper. Then it comes with the following readers. New policy takes effect today, as said, but expected to crash food prices. Then another headline, another readers we have here is Kiyamo leads delegation to Europe over Abuja second one-way project. Then we have another one here, which is lending rate to manufacturers rose from 28.6% to 35% in quarter 2 to 2024. Says continuous hike in MPR tightening condition for productive sector. Naira will gain if Nigerian manufacturers own weapons, argues defense minister. Then we still have another one, which is WHO declares health emergency over mpox. Okay. All right. I think we have to. I have in here with me, who just joined me here now, an analyst, which will be giving justice to us, to all the headlines and some readers we have on the pages of newspaper today, in person of Barrister Adeleke. You are welcome, sir.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Nigerians.
All right, sir. Then we move back to the first newspaper we have been reviewing since morning, and then that will be the Guardian newspaper. On the headline of the Guardian newspaper, we have 36 deaths moribund over poor maintenance, obsolete equipment. And then this can be found on pages of the Guardian newspaper. What can you say about this, sir?
Well, it has to do with the institutional problems, because before an government become moribund or so useless, you ought to have been maintaining the price or the product. And also, even before you purchase, you must know the cost of the maintenance. So that's why we see most of our infrastructure in the state of decay now, because there was no original plan from the beginning before they venture into that project. That's why they call it White Elephant project. So even the cost of maintenance has been discovered is even more than the cost of purchase. That's why you cannot buy what you cannot purchase, whether as an institution or as an individual. It does not make any economic sense. At the end of the day, it will now be sold out at a very ridiculous prices.
All right, thank you for that. And then we have the readers here on the Guardian newspaper as well, which says we can no longer afford further hike in interest rates. Manufacturer warns, that is the one CBN directed their grievances to the governor of the CBN, Olayemi Kadoso.
So that is why the government of the day should see the CBN officers, the chieftains, sit them down, and then recalibrate, republish their policies. So that you have to be realistic. But the more you increase this hike, the interest, the more they be the cost of the products. Because these people also impose it on their products, and the consumer will be the last victim of the very stringent policies of the government. So they may have some advantages of getting more revenue exchange for the government, but at the end of the day, the masses will suffer for it, the consumer. So they should think out of the box, look at the other alternatives where they can generate revenue for the government, instead of just increasing the charges for this manufacturer. How much are they even getting? Many people will eventually be laid off if the company cannot cope with the capacity of the strength of their staff due to all these policies.
All right, thank you for that. And then we have another reader, which will be the last one we'll be looking on the Guardian newspaper today. We have government begins implementation of zero duty on selected food items. What's your take on this, sir?
Well, the major thing is for us to go into full agricultural production. If you select certain product or food and you want to maybe subsidize, how many millions of Nigerians benefit from that? How many millions? So that is more reason why the government is now deploying soldiers to certain parts of the northwest, the farms, to guide them. They ought to recruit more forest gas security officers, train them, equip them, let them comb all the forests. If they comb it, and if you even equip the forest, building the setup for them, and conducive water, everything conducive for them, they will stay there. So that this road, this normal, this animal called bandits, will not be able to enter the communities, the villages again unaware, to be reduced drastically.
All right, thank you. And then let's look at the headlines on the Punch newspaper. I think that's what you just made mention of recent, that military deployed troops in northwest and north central farms.
Yes, we have said even in this studio before this platform that they need to recruit massively into every sector of the security architectures. the police, the army, the navy, NCSCDC. They should recruit more people because ordinarily, I don't know why they don't want to declare a state of emergency. When you are in a state of emergency, you take extraordinary measures against what you are facing. How can you be hearing people have been killed today, tomorrow, yesterday? A farm manager was killed in Nigeria.
I think they are still killing all the operative of the NSCDC itself. Yes. They have been attacked.
Of course, because these bandits, they overwhelm them. Sometimes they ambush them. But if you rejig the security architecture, you rejig it by employing more people, by giving them more finance autonomy, then you'll be able to reduce to the very minimum this case of insecurity.
All right, thank you, sir. Then we have another one that is a radar on the Punch newspaper as well. We have crisis skyrocket as petrol scarcity bites Ada. What can you say about this, sir?
We continue to face this perennial insults because unless you have your own refinery, unless you have local refinery working, coupled with the Dangote, when there is competition in terms of price, if there is no competition, if only Dangote is only one working, the price may still not reduce to the expectation, but there will be availability. But competition of to ensure the price is reduced, there must be local refineries working. If they are not, if you cannot control or manage it, then you fully deregulate it by selling it off to investors, so that you can go and build new one like Dangote. So if you build new one like Dangote so that will make economic sense. So instead of saying you are expecting importing and expecting that there will be steady in the price of, there won't be steady in the price.
All right, thank you. Then another one here we have power tariff of the universities. ASU demand reversal varsity bills jump by 300%.
Well, because university, for example, what are they producing in terms of products that they are graduates they are producing? But in terms of economic value, do they have any economic value? If they are going to the labor market, the only economic value they have not been able to deliver is to conduct research. If they discover new thing today in Nigeria, maybe one solution to one disease, we won't need to hire expatriates or buy products from abroad to cure the disease. But they are not being equipped, they are not being encouraged. The research is the only area the university is known to be economically viable. Teaching and other things, they are academics. So, in that wise, the hike itself will cause another problem for them, because in terms of revenue they are generating is from the students. So the more you say you want to increase the student fees, there will be crisis, like the protest.
Exactly.
It's shutting down of the school. So it's the best thing for the government to let them think out of box, other means of generating revenue.
All right, thank you. We have another one here, which is 149 Nigerians repatriated from Niger.
We don't know in the first place how did they get to that country. Because our Nigerian government has told us that we have more than 3,000 unmonitored roads. So the normal border we are monitoring in Nigeria is about 2,000. So we have other 300,000 plus that people can use to come out and go into Nigeria. So that's the problem. If you are able to reduce this unmonitored roads to the very minimum, cases of people just going to illegal immigrants or coming in will be reduced. Because of the, maybe even some of them they are better off in Nigeria. They just want to let me go out. Maybe I get better greener pasture. So without any relative there already or anybody to stay with, you just go. That one is risky.
All right, thank you. Let's take a look at this one, which will be the last one we'll be looking at on the Punch newspaper today. Then we have federal government inaugurates panel for Naira-based gold sales.
Well, they have said it more than 2 weeks now. Why? What are you inaugurating panel for? The president has ordered that sell it to the man.
Naira.
So why are they still selling up panel? So that if anybody is constituting himself as nuisance, the duty of the government to sack the person.
That's exactly.
So apparently that
Kyari,
so
Mani
much
Kyari.
has been said against him that he should be removed. Because the promise now is this time. They said the Port Harcourt refinery, Kaduna refinery, this is this time.
Yes, we have not seen any
If you are
result.
not delivered, then you yourself, if you have any honor remaining, you resign on your own. Instead of just saying, I will still be there, I want to use my 5 years of time without any.
But you know that's our culture here in Nigeria.
Yes,
We see
Nigeria
resignation from office as what as a flaw.
Everybody relies on the Mr. President. He hold the big stake, and you should use it as when.
As at Wendy. All right, thank you. Now let's move to the Daily Independent. On the Daily Independent, we have on the headline of Daily Independent, we have Rep Speaker withdraws bill to criminalize free speech orders. That is, they want to criminalize the speech.
They don't know what they are saying.
Free speech.
Because what people are facing now is crisis of food, how to survive, settle, diseases, the health issue challenges. If somebody say I'm not well, or somebody say medically I cannot sing, will you now say you want to force the person to sing the new item which is not supposed to be just introduced like that? Even the old one, how many of them the National Assembly or anywhere can sing it? You have seen some of them fumble openly. So what we need now that is critical is how to revive the economy, how to ensure that we don't have anything like NSAS protests again that will destabilize the country. So somebody, I think the constituency of the lawmakers should record the person if they know what they are doing in that constituency. That's not what they sent you there to do. You want to bring about the wealth, to cater for the welfare and security of the people. To cater for how many people are still in power, or you yourself in power in that
Your
place.
constituency.
So you are not talking. Some people are having what they call religious objectors based on their own religious belief. It's in the America. They went to court because they said that no, you cannot force them. They call them Jehovah's Witness. They don't bow down to flag. They don't salute your this symbol. They can't it as idolatry, and we should give them that private respect to their religious belief. So the best way the government will make people to sing that thing or the new one is to ensure that good governance. If people are happy, naturally they will be patriotic to sing the anthem of their country. They will be proud. Just you are just mentioned now. Somebody say want to change the nationality. How can you send somebody to a cyclist race without providing for all the equipment that person will use? How can the name of Adeleke be missing in the file? The name of Philip.
From a kitty
and
or
the president has not even called the minister of sport to order, maybe to suspend him. And he voted just billions of naira. What did you bring? Nothing. That's why Ghana, when they are just with 8 athletes, including their coaches. 8.
All right, thank you, sir. I think we'll be drawing the curtain from here today. Then tomorrow you'll still meet our colleagues again on the same edition of Newspaper Review. Thank you for watching and have a lovely day.